What is going on, Internet? Another video coming at you from Redskins Rant. Hail to the Redskins. About to get started here. The Washington Redskins. Oh my, Washington football team, whatever you want to call them. Oh my God. So, if you didn't know this, last week, Ron Rivera ended up benching Dwayne Haskins for Kyle Allen. And his reasoning was Kyle Allen knows the offense. Kyle Allen knows... he's been in the system longer, yada, yada, freaking yada. And he said, we're going to have Alex Smith as a backup. And Dwayne just doesn't know the offense. They pretty much demoted him all the way to the third string. Because their assumption is that their offense is better than they thought. The offense is going to have, going to score more, going to do better, whatever, with Kyle Allen or anyone else in. And guess what? They didn't. The game Washington football team played against the Rams is probably the worst game of this season. By far the worst game. The Washington Redskins have bigger issues than their quarterback. She left Haskins in no matter what. That's my opinion on it. And I'm going to get to talking about the quarterback situation here in a minute. I'm going to get to that. I'm more mad, whatever you want to call it, whatever the proper verbiage and terminology is. I'm more mad at the fucking fact that our defense is so fucking horrible. Our defense is god-awful. I don't know whether it's Ron just has lost the locker room when it comes to the defense, or if... I don't know what it is. I don't have a definitive answer. I mean, I can have guesses, but I don't have a definitive answer on what the fuck is wrong with our defense. Okay, we have 5 first round... I'll say it again. I'll repeat this until I'm blue in the face. We have 5 first rounders on our defense. We spent money on Ioannidis. I know Ioannidis is injured, but he still was on the team the first couple games. We have a lot of money rolled up in Ioannidis. We have $50 million tied up, $50+ million, whatever it is, tied up in Landon Collins at safety, who's supposed to be good. He's kind of playing like shit, but he's supposed to be good. We have another $40 million tied up in Kendall Fuller, who is the only person I feel like on the defense that's really earning their money. We have first rounders across the line. We're supposed to have the best defensive line in football. We can't. We got 1 sack yesterday. Can't get to the quarterback, no matter who it is. Since like week 1, we haven't been able to really get to the quarterback. And my prediction, I'm just gonna explain everything. And our defense can't stop anyone. Our defense can't stop a freaking person. They can't stop anyone from scoring. They can't stop anyone from moving the ball. Defensive line is not getting to the quarterback. Okay, defensive line is not getting to the quarterback the way they're supposed to. Defensive line is not doing X, Y, and Z the way they're supposed to. Okay, thank God. Okay, he finally went. Defensive line, defense is just horrible all around. Jared Goff is not I don't consider Jared Goff a great quarterback. He's okay. He's good enough. He's a definitely a starter level quarterback in the NFL. Okay, but he is not a great quarterback. He picked us apart. His first 10 passes, not one of them hit the ground. 10 for 10, first 10 passes. First 2 drives, I think it was 2 drives. First 2 drives of the game, touchdown. No resistance. No resistance at all. Touchdown. In the first half, we gave up 21 or 20 points. Would have been 21, but their kicker missed an extra point. Gave up 20 points in, I think, every game except for 1 in the first half. That was the Eagles game. 20 points every game. And we have there's no resistance. It's a sieve. Our defense has no resistance to anyone. They can kind of stop the run, They can kind of slow down the run. I was listening to Washington Talk or Football Talk podcast today, and they have their stats way off. They're like, oh, they stopped the run. No, they gave up 126 yards rushing. Okay, and I used to think that was like their bread and butter. They could slow down the run, and they could force teams to be one-dimensional. That one dimension is the best dimension against this defense. The defense can't stop anyone from catching a football. And our safeties can't fucking tackle to save their goddamn lives. They take the worst angles possible to tackle someone. They're horrible at it. They're god-freaking awful at it. Troy Apke, I can understand, because Troy Apke's like young, and he's still on his rookie contract. He's pretty much he's like an extended rookie. He's never really got playing time under Gruden. Landon Collins is no excuse. Landon Collins is doing a much better job of tackling and getting better angles and playing safety better. Cameron Curl seems like he's a better choice to me, honestly, than both of them. He seems like he's way better than both of them. Defense has given up 30 points in the last four games straight. 30 plus points in 4 games straight. Washington football franchise has not given up 30 points straight. 30 points straight since the 1950s. 1954 to be exact. That is 66 years of a football team not giving up 30 points in 4 straight games, and history has been broken now. That is how bad this freaking defense is. And all people want to talk about is the offense. The offense has zero expectation to me. To me, I have zero expectation for the offense. That's why I said start Haskins. Let him play. Yeah, he might get sacked a little bit, but he's going to learn. He's going to learn how to get rid of the ball quicker. Whatever the case may be. I'm not getting into yet all the issues I have with the offense. I'm just saying defense has expectations, and this defense sucks. 430 plus, I think it's 429 maybe, yards of total offense given up to the Rams. The Giants held that team to 17 points last week without inclement weather. Okay, we can't do anything against this team. We couldn't stop them at all. Jared Goff did whatever the hell he wanted, and like I said, he's not a good quarterback. Now, I think we might have a better time against Daniel Jones than Jared Goff. That's possible. I'm not talking about next week yet, though. I'm just saying that it's kind of sad whenever we have a defense that's supposed to be top-notch, and we're allowing more points scored than the freaking Giants, who are horrible. They're worse than us, and we're allowing more points than them. At least we got to win. That's the only thing that makes us better than them, technically. This is all kinds of just fucked up on how everyone's viewing this team. I listen to the Washington Football Podcast. For some reason, people think the defense is playing great. They're statistically great. Oh yeah, I statistically look at them and say, why you're giving up 30 points, 30 points, 34 points, 30 points, 31 points last week, 30 points this week, 34 against fucking Cleveland, 30 against Arizona. Arizona hasn't been able to score on anyone. Arizona has not put up anywhere near close to what they put up on us. No one even close. The Jets, they put up 23, or they put up 30. They put up 30 on the Jets. Carolina, nope. Detroit, nope. But for some reason against us, we give up 30 points a game, and we get 30 points to that team. And there are defenses out there that held that team to 23 points. It's ridiculous. Defense is the biggest problem in my opinion. And it's not the biggest problem in the sense that it's like that bad. It's that there's higher expectation for the defense. That's where I'm at. If we had a shitty defense with shitty players, I can understand us playing horrible and giving up a lot of points and not be able to get off the field on third downs and not having any composure whenever our offense gets a turnover, which our offense did not turn the ball over once yesterday. Okay? Let's throwing it out there. But you don't have that. And everyone's saying like they're on the field most of the time. That doesn't fucking matter. They're scoring most of the points in the first half. I listen to 2 podcasts every Monday. Washington Football Talk Podcast with JP Finley, Pete Haley, and Mitch Titchler. Okay, that's the first one I listen to. Second one I listen to is the Beltway Boys. The Beltway Boys. And both of them are wrong. Someone said that the defense is going to give up that many points when on the field all the time. Like, no, they're not. That's in the first fucking half. And last week, we won the time battle. We still got our asses stomped. Tired of all the excuses made for the defense that has all the expectations in the world. But Haskins has one receiver, no other receivers. Steven Sims was supposed to be something good. He's worthless. He's fucking worthless to me. Dontrell Inman is the only one that kind of showed up. We really need Kelvin Harmon. I think Kelvin Harmon would have been the glue that held the offense together. Really, I do. Kelvin Harmon is the guy that I think would have held it all together. But he's injured, so we have to go to someone else. Who's going to step up? Dontrell Inman has been okay at times. But we don't go to Gandy Golden. You don't even look for him in the offense. We don't even try to get anything going. Every time he touches the ball, he gets like 20 yards. Every time. He had a run against the Cleveland Browns? Got 20 yards on one run. Don't go to him ever again. God forbid you do something that works and continue to do something that works until you stop it. Antonio Gibson, who's a rookie running. The offensive line is the worst in the league. So I have no expectations for the offense. If we get anything out of the offense, I'm actually ecstatic about it. I'm not happy if like Haskins has like, a 4 turnover game or whatever, but or whatever the case may be. But he's only done that once, and at least Haskins is I don't know. I can say Haskins could play in that game and do at least better than 100. We had 74 yards of total passing. Okay, now I'm just gonna say I'm transitioning to the offense now. Quarterbacks, both the quarterbacks that played yesterday, 74 yards of total passing by 2 quarterbacks. 74 fucking yards. Are you kidding me? And the offense only got 108. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. 108 total yards of offense. And newsflash, Rams don't have a good defense. They have like a couple good defensive players. Freaking Aaron Donald gets 4 sacks yesterday. And some guy who's gotten 3 sacks in his entire career of like 20 plus games doubled his career average yesterday with 3. Ridiculous. It is ridiculous how bad our offensive line is. It is ridiculous about that. It is ridiculous how bad our fucking play calling is. Scott Turner needs fired today. I mean, Jack Del Rio, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that something else is going on. Okay, and I'll get to that here in a minute. Scott Turner's fucking horrible. How your first drive, you run the ball 7 times. In that first drive, you run the ball 7 fucking times. Technically, you ran it 6. Our quarterback scrambled for the 7th one. You ran the ball 6 times, called plays, and I think you had 5 passing plays you called. How do you do that on the first drive where your ass ends up in the end zone and you don't do it again? Why? I don't understand that. Why would you not do that more and more and more until the fucking Rams stop the damn offense? Why? It doesn't make sense. And fucking Gibson touches the ball 12 times a game. Whoop-de-fucking-do, la-di-la. It is ridiculous how inconsistent, not just Scott Turner, this whole fucking coaching staff is. This whole fucking coaching staff is so inconsistent right now. Our defense is playing to bend, not break, get whole teams of field goals. That's exactly what our defense is playing to do. You don't play back the way they play back if you're intending on stopping the team from completely scoring at all. They play back so far, they play zone, that they're not pressing anyone, so give our defense time to get to the fucking quarterback. But I'm sorry, I'm on the offense right now. 8 sacks. 8 fucking sacks yesterday. Alex Smith better not play again. Not only did he look bad, and I'm proud of the fact he played. I'm proud of the fact he battled back, and he got to play a football game again. He will get his leg broken again behind this offensive line. He will straight up he's going to get re-injured. Let me rephrase this. He's going to get re-injured again behind that offensive line. That offensive line is atrocious. The offensive line we had when we traded for him was pretty bad. It got worse. It got way worse. He is going to get himself injured. Kyle Allen, honestly, he didn't look horrible. I'll give him that credit. He didn't look horrible. Maybe he is the answer at quarterback. But my point is this. My point is very simple when it comes to Kyle Allen. You're not a starter. You're not a starter. You're not going to be one in your career. You're going to be a career backup player, which is nothing wrong with being a career backup player. If I was a career backup quarterback, I'd be ecstatic. Why? Because you always got a place on the football field. You're always the most important guy. You just got to prepare and make sure you're ready whenever you have to be in. But you're not a starter. You're not even close. I think Haskins would have done just as well yesterday as you did, if not better. There's nothing about you that says this is much better. The difference that I've noticed is the play calling was more balanced. They had more runs to protect them. They moved the pocket. They had rollouts. All those things which they should have done for Haskins, they never did. They forced Haskins to throw the ball 35 times a game. They don't run the ball consistently. The one time they did have a balance of run and things is the only game we won. The only game we won, we had a ton of runs, not a lot of yards, Peyton Barber. but a ton of runs and an equal or lesser amount of passes. No balance. Or there's definite balance. Now, no balance whatsoever. Scott Turner, I don't think he knows what the hell he's doing. He'll do things for like a possession, where he'll do things right, where he'll do like play action. He'll do a quick jet sweep underneath to surprise the defense or whatever. And we move the ball very quickly in that. But then he just goes back to not doing things smart. He throws a screen whenever you're expected to throw a screen. Shit like that. It's horrible. Okay? And the quarterback play yesterday was just atrocious. I think Kyle Allen probably would have got at least 200 passing yards if he'd have stayed in, but he got I guess, hit in the head. And this doesn't make sense to me. Now I'm going to get to the coaching. Coach doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So the whole goal here was that your quarterback, you wanted Kyle Allen to start because it gave you the best chance to win. Well, he got dinged up before the half, and we got 3 more points, so it was 20-10 at halftime. He was cleared by the doctors or whoever it was to come back in the second half. Why wouldn't you throw him back in? Answer that question for me. Why wouldn't you throw him back in? If he gave you the best chance to win now, why wouldn't you throw him back in? Is this not a win now game? Is that the whole fucking point of benching Haskins? No, I really think a lot of this the fix is in to like make Haskins look bad. And I'll tell you why I think that. There's another reason why I think that. There was a time we were at midfield. We're like on after 2 touchdowns. We had the ball at midfield where it was 7-13. Well, midfield, it was like 4th and inches at like the 45 or 46 or something. And under Haskins, we went for that shit. We went for that shit every time. Under Kyle Allen, didn't go for it. We punted it. Gave the ball right back to a thriving offense that moved through our defense like a hot knife through butter. What is with your fucking coaching style? 1 minute, it's all about this. This is our focus. Next minute, your focus changes. I don't know if it's the chemo or what, but you are just erratic, man. And this is not, I'm guaranteed this is probably why our defense is sucking right now. The erraticness of our head coach, changing like what the philosophy is on a day-to-day basis. One day, the philosophy is, you know what, this is a see what we have season. We're not focused on winning, we're focused on development, yada, 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 yada. Haskins has my full support, but he didn't have your full support. He said in the fucking press conference that Haskins, you had the thought to bench Haskins before the season even started. You had that thought all together. That was your plan all along, is you thought about benching him before the season started and starting Kyle Allen. So he didn't have your full support. That's a bold-faced fucking lie. Okay? At least you have no certainty with anything you're doing. That's my biggest issue with him. That's my biggest issue with this coach. Okay? 1 minute, we're trying not to win. We're trying to just look for what we have. Next minute, we're trying to win, buddy. We want to win every game. Yet you're making the worst fucking calls. If I can go through game by game and go through your horrible decision-making when it comes to managing clock, deciding what to do, when to go for it, when to not go for it, so on and so forth. If I could go through game by game, I could get you, I wouldn't say that, I don't want to say that, but I could ridicule your decision-making ability. Ridicule your decision-making ability. Okay? And your decision-making ability is not good right now. In my book, you're doing the worst in the league. The only one worse than you right now is Adam Gase when it comes to your decision-making ability. And I'd rather have Adam Gase because at least our offense, or at least he has a decisive. He's decisive in what he says. Let me phrase that. He is decisive. You idea of what we're doing a dozen times, at least a dozen times. 1 minute, we're trying to win. We're trying not to win right now. We're just trying to see what we have. Haskins has every game. He has every game. Next minute, change your mind. We're trying to win every game right now. Haskins, we need to come out of this 2-2. Since it's not coming out of this 2-2, I'm going to bench him. Now, change your mind. You could still want to win now and put in Haskins. If you're a better fucking coach, you wouldn't have that issue. If your defense was playing good, you wouldn't have that issue. For some reason, Haskins is the focal point of all the negativity on this team. Why? What did he do wrong? The answer to that question is nothing. He was on pace. When he got benched, he was on pace. This is what he was. He was on pace to get 3,700 passing yards, which is not bad. That's what if his average plays out, not bad. 3,700 passing yards. He was on pace to get about 12 interceptions. And he was on pace to get about 26 touchdowns. That's what he was pacing at. That's not the issue with the team. The issue with the team is the defense. You can say Haskins sucks all you want, but tell me a better solution right now. We have to develop it. You can't just get a quarterback, throw him in the NFL, and think he's going to do it. Not everyone's Joe Burrow. Okay? Not everyone comes in the league like Deshaun Watson is just good right away. Or Lamar Jackson. There's development there. And you're talking about two players that played a lot more. You can't just throw someone in the league and think that. You have to develop them. And if Haskins was not prepared to play football, not prepared to be a starting quarterback, then that is on you, Ron. If you started him, that is your decision. You started Dwayne Haskins. You're the one that chose to. You have to ride out your decision. Now you've ruined him. Now you've just ruined the whole situation. That's the biggest problem I have, is your indecisiveness on both, like, what the decision is of what the team's doing, what you're going to do with quarterback, and what you're going to do with the time management and the clock management. Like, you're just very indecisive. 1 week you want to go for it on 4th and goal. Next minute you won't go for it on 4th and fucking inches. You're going to go for it on 4th and 19 or whatever it was from the goal line to test your quarterback. But you're not going to go for it on 4th and inches to test your quarterback again whenever it's Kyle Allen. Doesn't make any fucking sense. It's stupidity at its finest. This guy was supposed to be hired to be an adult in the room and to bring some order to the chaos. He's making it 10 times worse, in my humble opinion, because he does not have a decision. He does not have a decisive decision about anything that he has not changed since the beginning of the season. He hasn't. Quarterback, he's got all my faith. 4 weeks in, after the defense has given up 30 points in 3 straight games, oh, you know what? Haskins is the problem. If you start another quarterback, they'll rally behind the other quarterback, whatever case may be. I did not have my confidence in him from the get-go. I actually thought a long time ago that I should play Kyle Allen instead. So you lied and said you didn't have the confidence. That's one thing. Oh, now we're not trying to win. We're just trying to go through, and that's why we're not kneeling. That's why we're not using timeouts. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, now we changed our mind. Division's so bad we can win it. I'm not a good enough coach to win it by making Haskins look better, making our defense look better. So I'm going to put in another quarterback that maybe he can put up enough points to mask my inability to coach my fucking defense properly. Like, seriously, that's exactly what's going on right now. It's fucking pathetic. It's horrible. It's pathetic. There's so many things that like issues with this right now that I have. Like, I'm so beyond this right now. Like, I'm madder at him than Gruden. Gruden, at least, when he made a decision, he stuck with it. Okay? Gruden benched and treated Haskins like shit, not because he didn't like Haskins, not because of anything like that, but because he was trying to coach for his job. He's straight up trying to coach for his job. He said, I need to invest time in this quarterback right here, Case Keenum, because he has the best chance to win, and if he doesn't, Colt McCoy does. If I throw in this young kid, we're not going to win. I'm going to be in a rebuild. I'm going to be in a suck in a rebuild, and I don't want to be doing that. So I got to ride or die with these guys, and he rode or died. That's basically what happened. It is what it is. But Ron Rivera does not have, I don't know what our plan is. I do not know what our plan is. I don't know what it is. And here's what he's doing. He's burned the bridge with Dwayne Haskins. How you tell a player, you have my complete and utter confidence, and then you go and bench him 4 weeks into it after his, quote, preseason. I think he should have got 4 more games. If he sucks then bench him. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Actually, I think he should get the whole season, no matter what. No matter what, come hell or high water. Whether we're winning 16 in a row and you want to bench him last game just to keep him safe for the playoffs, or if we're going 0-16, keep him in. We have to know what he is. If he sucks, we can get rid of him. We don't know that now. We've not seen anything to cite. This is exactly, if you watch my videos, I said the worst case scenario is he gets injured or he's like taken out 3 or 4 weeks into the season and we don't know definitively what he is. We'll never know definitively what he is because he has the worst offensive line. No weapons except for McLaurin. No running game, kind of running game. Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. A horrible offensive coordinator. No tight end presence at all. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous how he's being judged based on what he has done on the field and not understanding that he's on the field with nothing. If you look at it this way, Haskins last week against a much better defense, the Ravens, he got 314 total yards of passing. Had no turnovers, completion percentage 70%. And you're looking at two different quarterbacks right now that combined 74 yards. Wow. Wow. It's goddamn horrible. And it's just, I'm getting so frustrated. I'm just getting very frustrated. I need to rein it back in. Horrible. I'm not I'll compliment one player on this game. Two. I'll compliment two. Alex Smith, congrats, you came back. You got back on the football field. You proved our doubters wrong. Okay, now you need to retire. You're not seeing the field. You're not. I don't know. Maybe you didn't have time. Maybe you didn't have enough time. I watched the game. It seemed like you had plenty of time. I'm afraid that it seemed like the pocket collapsed on you very quickly. So I don't know if you had time. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer to the question. Kyle Allen, you looked okay. I'm not gonna lie. You looked okay. But the second person I'm going to compliment is Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller in 2 games is three picks. Where's the rest of our defense? Where's the rest of these guys? Ronald Darby, where the fuck are you? Jimmy Moreland, where the fuck are you at? Dave Monroe, I think you might have had one the first game. Same with Jimmy Moreland. Where you guys been? There's just so many things going on right now. It's so inconsistent, so bad on so many levels right now. The best way to put it is just so bad on so many levels. Ron doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I think that's going to Jack Del Rio, who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing now because Ron keeps changing his mind about what he expects and what he wants. And then you have our offensive coordinator he's now cycling through different quarterbacks. There's some rumors coming out that are just bullshit to me. There was a rumor coming out that said that sometime last week, Dwayne Haskins was celebrating and dancing in the locker room, and then coach asked him why he was dancing by stat line, and he's told him he'll never play for him again. I'm that's a fucking stupid reason. He's a fucking young rookie or semi-rookie quarterback. Get the fuck over it. If you want to pull him in the locker room and or pull him in your office and fucking have a sit down with him like a grown up, talk to him about that. Dude, we just lost, and you're bragging about stat lines. It's not what I want from you. We need to be winning games, not bragging about stat lines. Yeah, you did great today. Give him that credit. But then then get to the hard-nosed part of it. And listen, I don't want to see that shit again. You see that crap again, you're going to be parked on the bench. Or you might not even be in this locker room anymore, okay? Your peers voted for you as their captain. Act like one. Captains don't cheer about yardage and completion percentage. They cheer about wins. You inspired your team a couple weeks ago. This is the things that a grown-up adult coach says to his player. You can literally say to him, a few weeks ago, you inspired your team to win. And now you're doing this crap? Rein it in. Rein it in now. I don't want to see this again. We clear? He's like, yeah, coach, I'm sorry. Whatever. That's how a coach handles it. But apparently, Ron Rivera yelled, you'll never play for me again after that. He is a young kid. He had his best game he's ever had when it comes to his stat line. Give him a fucking break. He's got to celebrate something because you're sure as hell not giving him any praise for anything. If that story's even true. And I heard another story he had no friends in the locker room. There's only friends McLaurin. That's got to be a bold-faced fucking lie. And the reason why that's a bold-faced fucking lie is him and half of his receivers hung out all offseason, and his teammates voted for him as captain. Why in the fuck would his teammates, if they didn't like him, vote for him as captain? It doesn't. It's all bad press. They're just trying. I'm pretty sure the fix is in. They're getting rid of Haskins. Ron has basically lost all trust with Haskins. If Haskins got drafted by a coach that didn't want him. He got drafted by the owner, and the coach didn't want him because the coach is trying to fight for his job. Probably wasn't anything really personal. He's just listen, I'm trying to fight for my job here. It's not personal to you. But if I don't make this team productive, I'm going to lose my job. Okay? There's a reason why we drafted you pretty high. It's because we've not been a good football team. I have to win games. That you can understand. You can understand that. I think Haskins, he doesn't like it. I guarantee he doesn't like it. I wouldn't like it either. But I guarantee he understands that concept. Hey, I have to win. I'm not coaching you up because I don't like you. I'm just not coaching you up right now because I have to win and I have to focus my attention on getting these guys acclimated. You don't know the offense, they don't know the offense. If you don't know the offense and you're third string, it's not a big deal. If the starters know the offense, starters need to know the offense. Okay? So pick up what you can. That makes sense to me. That logic makes sense. At least Jake had a reason to be somewhat shitty to him. Okay? Then he goes from him to another offensive coordinator who he had success with. And then they go from him to an offensive coordinator who has no experience, is less experienced than Kevin O'Connell, or whatever his name is, who's now coaching the Rams, by the way. He just torched our defense. He's an offensive coordinator for the Rams now. And went to Scott Turner because I worked with him in Carolina. Well, I'm glad you did, because he sucks at his job. Okay, so that's your decision. That's your decision to hire that guy. No one else's. So you have a really bad offensive coordinator that you chose that I hope it gets held against you in the future. I'm not calling for the guy's job. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not calling for Ron Rivera's job. I really think that I personally think this. Okay, I have no scientific evidence to prove this at this moment. I do know that whenever you go through chemo, you get a thing called chemo brain. It has your ability to affect your ability for, it has, like, you don't remember things. You can think about something you talked about like 10 minutes ago, and you'll forget every word of it. It's a thing, and I'm not saying that he's totally suffering from that. It's the only thing I can chalk it up to. Erratic behavior, he didn't do that crap in Carolina. He might have had some bad decisions at the end of games, like that's what he was known for, but he didn't do that crap where he was just erratic all the way around. It's ridiculous. Like, it's like there's a disease in Ashburn, where the Redskins Stadium is, and you catch it as a coach and you go crazy. You don't focus on things, you don't do all the right things, you don't stick to your guns, none of those things. I could talk all day about this. I really could. I'm so freaking frustrated with it. I'm beyond frustrated, let me just put it that way. We benched a quarterback who had promise, we didn't invest any time in him, and now that bridge has been burned between him and the head coach. So now Haskins doesn't want to be here, we're going to trade him, and we're going to go through the same fucking process of looking for another quarterback again. Unless Ron's going to ride or die with Kyle Allen. Jesus Christ. I don't know, maybe he's good. I don't know. But he didn't look great yesterday. Didn't look that great yesterday. Just saying. He looked okay the first drive. After that, wheels kind of fell off. That's all I got for you today. I'm really pissed off about this effing game. I'm pissed off about the horrible head coaching decision. This is just we have the biggest roller coaster of any team in the league by far. Oh, we're off season. We're getting a new coach. Oh, how's Haskins going to do? Roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. Who we hire as offensive coordinator? Roller coaster, roller coaster. Who we hire as defense coordinator? Roller coaster. And then, fucking name change. That's new. Now we have that roller coaster. What's the new name going to be? What's the name? We're just the Washington football team. Oh, that's great. Okay. So now we start the season. Oh, roller coaster, roller coaster. This defense is supposed to be good. Now it's bad. Oh, coach says we're playing for long games. Okay, we'll just settle in for a bad season. Oh, now we're trying to win. Oh, okay, now we're trying to win. Oh, no, we still suck. Trying to win now, and we still suck. We do worse when we're trying to win than we're just trying to play for the long haul. Ugh. Oh, not to mention all the off-season sexual scandals and other shit like that, and people get fired for their conduct in Redskin Park, so on and so forth. God, don't even forget about that one. Fucking fuck, man. Pardon my French. If you're listening to this, you don't like cuss words, I apologize. This is just very effing frustrating to me. So, I want to thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments down below, please comment. Let me know what you think. This is JD. This is Redskins Rant. Hail to the Redskins. See ya.